right. Got the series win today. Obviously, good performance from Riley. What did you see, just kind of in general? Tell me your thoughts about today's game.
Yeah, I thought, again, we got a good start, right? Pitched us through the 6th inning, which, now we only have to cover 3 out of the bullpen. They ran into 1 ball against him. Those are the 2 runs. And then, actually, Tommy Vale, even though he gave up 2 hits, they ran into a ball too, and I thought he was in character and threw the ball well. He just didn't have the results he wanted. And then, like I told the guys after the game, the big bright spot too is extending the lead, and then Caleb Bolden, really, we didn't even have to have anybody moving around down there. He was in total control and was able to finish the game off, and that sets us up for everybody to be ready to go tomorrow.
You talked about Caleb kind of being in that Chuck King, whatever you need him to do role. How's that working out so far? Obviously, perfect couple innings tonight.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are huge for a bullpen, right? Because they can come in a ton of different situations. I thought today was his best stuff he's shown since he's been a Horned Frog. His velocity was up a lot. And I thought the command of the breaking ball was big time. So he's done some really good stuff with Matt Perk and Kyle Winkler in the bullpen the last couple of weeks. And I think it's starting to show.
So for Riley, he gave up that home run and then seemed to kind of just fall right back into a really good rhythm. What's your message to him and to your starters when they kind of hit bumps in the road like that?
Well, I mean, there's always going to be one inning where you kind of are on shaky ground as a starting pitcher, and you got to kind of find a way to get people out when it is that way. And I thought after a 2-run homer, they got back in the game a little bit. I think it got it to 5-2, but he responded really well. Got the next 2 guys out and got out of the inning back in the dugout. So, in those situations, those guys are on scholarship too, and that guy put a really good swing on a ball that was middle into him. He's been aggressive the whole weekend on first pitch. Riley just pulled it a little bit, and he put a good swing on it. So really, it's nothing that he did wrong. The other guy did something really good. So sometimes you just kind of got to let that slide and try to get to the next guy and not have it snowball into next thing you know. Then you get the next runner, or you walk the guy and a hit, and now it's snowballing on you. He did a good job of kind of nipping it in the bud and getting guys out again.
Eli had 4 RBI tonight, clutch and two at bats with bases loaded. What did you say about his performance?
Well, I think the biggest sign for me was the 2 hits, yes, but who were they against? 2 really good lefties that had good breaking balls that they were actually the same pitch. It was a borderline strike, might have even been off the plate, and he stayed on it, stayed through it, and hit it back up the middle. So to me, the 4 RBIs are great, but how he got them was even more impressive in terms of where he's at in terms of swinging the bat.
Logan got his first career hit today too. Yeah. What was that like, just seeing him?
Well, I mean, like I told him, I said, "You ever play golf?" He said, "Well, not a lot." I said, "Well, you're never going to make a birdie putt if you never get the ball to the hole, and you're never going to get a hit unless you swing the bat." So he got a little bit more aggressive, and a lot of times when you're on a kind of an offer to start a season, you need that little kind of Texas leaguer, that blooper to kind of open the floodgates, and I think that's what's going to happen for him.
Feels like the same thing might be happening with Gray a little bit this weekend. He got 2 hits today, had 1 yesterday.
Yeah, he's like literally like 30 years old, so like he's been there, done that. He's obviously wanted to get off to a better start, but he's continued to take good at bats, and he's playing for a reason. He's got a ton of leadership for us, and you're starting to see some more. Even his outs today, he just missed 2 balls, so I thought even his swings that he got out on were good.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
You bet.